Hey y'all, Jordan Moorhead here with Keller Williams Realty. Today I'm going to tell you a couple ways that you can invest with under 50,000 in Austin, or how you can get started investing with under 50,000 in Austin. So I know down payment is the biggest barrier for most people getting into real estate investing. Absolutely is for me and was for me. It still is. So I know when you're trying to buy that property or buy the first property or the next property, you're saying, well, I only have X amount of money. Love to get into real estate investing, but I just can't because I don't have enough money. So today I'm going to tell you how you can get started for under 50,000 and in even certain circumstances where you can get started for under $20,000 in real estate investing here in Austin. And it's a great time to buy in Austin because prices are depressed. Because interest rates went real high, our prices went real high, and we've seen prices come down between 15 to 25%. So, first way you can get started, and probably my favorite way to get started in real estate investing, and this is the one where you can get for the lowest amount of money, is through house hacking. So, house hacking is just buying a property that you're going to live in, but you're going to rent out any space you're not using. So, it could be a duplex and you're renting out the other unit. Also, could rent out a bedroom in your unit. Could be a single family and you rent out all the extra bedrooms. Could be a triplex, could be a fourplex, could even be a condo. So you could buy a condo and you might be saying, Jordan, how can I house hack a condo? I'll tell you how. We've had a client who bought a condo that he could do short-term rentals on. He got all the proper licensing. The HOA was okay with it. And through this condo, he paid for his entire mortgage for the condo and made some money because he would leave for the weekends and he would go travel. Stuff he was already going to do, leave for the weekends and he'd rent out the condo. He paid the mortgage off of that. He still owns this condo and it's a full-time short-term rental. So that's the beauty of house hacking. You can buy it for as little as 3% down. It's usually 3 to 5% down. It's a down payment. So think 15 to 25,000 here in Austin. There are even some down payment assistance programs available. Being a lender now, I can help people with this stuff, but I've seen people get a check at closing for buying a duplex in Austin. You might be saying, Jordan, this is crazy. Not only am I not going to buy it for nothing down, but I'm getting a check too. Exactly. And I'll tell you how. So through the down payment assistance program, you get all your closing costs covered by the seller paying them. You get all your down payment covered by the down payment program. And then at closing, you get a check for prorated rents and security deposit. Because of that, it can completely cancel out any money you would have to pay, and you get a check at closing. So down payment assistance, closing costs covered by the seller, prorated rents and security deposit. You can get paid to buy a duplex here in Austin. And there are down payment assistance programs available for any income level. Reach out to me if you want any more info. So I think house hacking is the easiest and best way to get started in real estate investing. But if you already live in a house, or if you got a spouse that says, I just don't want to do it, or if it just doesn't work for you for some reason, I know there's all sorts of reasons it can't work. I think it will work for most people. If you want to figure it out, reach out. Love to talk about it. But you can buy for as little as 15% down on single family rentals here in Austin and as little as 20% down on multifamily properties. Now, that being said, that payment's going to change a little bit depending on who you are, where the property is, what your credit looks like. But we can get that all figured out. Reach out. Would love to help with it. We also have DSCR loan products available too. Now, DSCR is debt service coverage ratio. And what they're looking at is, does the property make enough money to pay for the mortgage? They're not looking at your income. They're going to look at your credit a little bit, but they're not saying, hey, Jordan, do you make enough money to pay for this mortgage? They're saying, Jordan, does that property make enough money to pay for the mortgage? And that way you can get really creative and you can buy for 20% down in a lot of cases there. You can partner with people on those loans because they're looking at the property, they're not looking at you. So you could bring in a money partner and put none of your own money down and buy a rental property, or you could split it with somebody 50-50, however you want to do it. There's a million ways to do it. I'd love to talk to you about all of them. If you do, reach out. I've done a lot of it too. Now, one of my favorite ways to invest in real estate is the BRRRR strategy. So the BRRRR strategy is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. And what I mean by all those little acronyms there is You're buying a property. You're typically borrowing private money to buy this property, private money or hard money to buy it, buying something that's in not so great shape, but doesn't have to be. But buying something below market where you could fix it up, rent it out, refinance, and then do it again. So you get all that money back. You paid the private money lender or the hard money lender back. Maybe you put a couple grand in, absolutely can be under 50. I've bought a lot of rental properties for around 5% down with the BRRRR strategy. Yes, I've still put money in, but much less than you would have put down on a traditional loan. And it can be an awesome way to buy properties here in Austin. I know people who are buying Section 8 properties like this right now, and they're getting all their money out, paying back the lender, and they have only a few thousand, sometimes none in the properties. So it absolutely is possible to buy property in Austin for under $50,000 down. I'd love to help with it. Again, you can reach out at any time. My phone number here is 512-888-9122, and my email is jordan.moorhead@kw.com. Have a great day, y'all, and we'll talk to you soon. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here if you like the content we have.